what Meeting is Shannon and her brother Brennan. And these two remarkable young people have been involved in this foundation since they were in elementary school. And they have actually done a whole lot to bring awareness to kids like yourselves and like themselves about what it means to do for others. And I'm going to hand it over to them. Shannon and her brother Brennan.
Thank you. So hi, as you know, my name is Brennan. This is my sister, Shannon. So Shannon, what did you think about when you first heard of the organization, Free the Children?
Well, at the time, I was just 10 years old, so I thought Free the Children would free us from doing chores and homework.
I know, right? I even thought Free the Children would give us the freedom to play games whenever we wanted, hang out with my Barbie dolls in the basement, or even sing Justin Bieber songs all day long.
At the time, my school was holding an adopted village campaign where anyone could buy a goat or a pig for just $50 and a cow for only $200. I thought it would be so funny if I could break my piggy bank trying to buy a pig. So that day, I counted 5,001 pennies, just enough to buy the pig.
I remember being so excited, thinking that the pig would be delivered straight to our door. I just couldn't wait until I could hold Piggy Petunia in my own arms. I would read her bedtime stories, feed her bacon.
And then we realized that the pig would not end up on our doorstep, but instead, someone else's, halfway across the world.
So we realized that Free the Children wasn't meant to give us the freedoms from what we didn't like, but instead, for people like me, Shannon, and all of you, to help kids who are less fortunate due to poverty, hunger, and child labor.
The little animal farm that we see and bought after Piggy Petunia would help families in China, Kenya, and Sierra Leone make enough money so that they could send their kids to school, just like us.
I remember that Craig Fielberger was only 12 years old when he founded the organization Free the Children. I remember thinking to myself, wow, he must be a genius! But I was only the average 8-year-old in the big world, so I did not know what I could possibly do to help. We're always told that we're either too young, and that maybe we should finish elementary school, graduate from high school, get out of university, wait until we get a job before we even start thinking about changing the world. But with Free the Children, we have learned one important truth, that we may all be kids, but we are never too young to do the right thing and help those in need.
So how did we do that? Brennan and I started to fundraise through our birthday parties and Christmas. Instead of receiving presents, we asked our family and friends to bring donations to support our Free the Children project overseas, just like our farm.
So on Halloween, instead of trick-or-treating for candy, we can instead trick-or-treat for canned goods to the local food bank in order to support the many children in our community who go to bed hungry every night. So this past Halloween, my friends and I collected more than 1,000 canned goods for the Richmond Hill Food Bank. These are all very simple things that kids of all ages can do.
Over the past few summers, Brennan and I have gone on Free the Children trips overseas to China, India, Kenya to help build schools and healthcare centers.
Just saying, I've been chased by a giant panda bear, a peacock, and a monkey. It was so scary, but it was okay because I could run as fast as cheetah.
But these trips aren't just about being chased by wild animals. On these adventures, we see kids wake up at 5 in the morning just to work in the fields. They walk for 2 hours to collect water from the local river. And they walk for days just to see a doctor. Without clean water or health care, they don't have the opportunity to go to school.
So in Kenya, I met a kid named Giddy. He was only 5 years old when his parents left him because they were too poor to support him. So while walking in the field with him, he asked me if I wanted to play in a game of soccer with his friends. I was kind of confused though because there wasn't a soccer ball. But out of his pocket, he took a rusty-colored pebble. And as he dropped that pebble to the ground, the game began. Really? A pebble instead of a soccer ball? How are we going to play a game of soccer? But one of the happiest moments of my Kenya trip was when I scored that first goal. And as the sun set and the game came to a close, Gideon ran over to me, and he gave me the pebble that we use in our game. And so the pebble still has a special place on the windowsill of my room. It's a constant reminder of Gideon's generosity and kindness, even though he had so little. And since then, I've taken his example of giving in all my actions.
In a poor village in India, I met a little girl named Soha, who told me that she did not have anything to eat that day. So I gave her all the food that I had, which was just a bag of chips. And I expected her to gobble it all up in under a minute. To my surprise, she shared the bag of chips with all of her friends in the community. The echoes of them screaming, "Dhanyawad," which meant thank you in Hindi, still stays with me today. I know that with Soha's generosity, we can all end poverty one day.
So what we've seen in these 3 trips have really touched us. These kids don't have much to play with. They don't even have much to eat. But we both have never seen bigger smiles than the ones on their faces. And even though poverty and hunger strike them every day, they still share what little they have. Generosity, caring, hope. These are the character traits that make them a strong community. And I know they're thinking less about me and more about we.
Me to we is about thinking about others. Instead of being selfish, we can all start sharing. We can respect each other and be nice to everyone. If we work together, we can make the world a much better place to live in.
So you're probably wondering about why my sister and I are wearing strength in number t-shirts, and what does strength in numbers mean? Well, strength in numbers means that if each one of us does our part to make a difference in our communities, we can all come together to make a huge impact. And I know that there's so many kids out there just like Shannon, me, you, and all of you who are willing to make a change.
So now we'd just like to share with you a few pictures and videos from our overseas trips. This is a picture from when we went to India. We were digging an 8-foot deep trench to lay the foundation for a healthcare center in our community.
And this is the healthcare center still under construction. And this is a picture of my friend and I breaking ground in Kenya for the new foundation of a new school.
This is a picture of an old community school in Kenya before Free the Children came.
And this is a newly constructed classroom after Free the Children came and built the school.
This is a picture of me in India with the little girl that I told you about named Soha.
And this is Gideon and I after our soccer game.
So now we'd just like to show you a video